Good morning, everybody. I just want to talk to you about maintenance. For those of you that have followed the link from TikTok, I'm glad that you're here. So, for clarification, we're going to be discussing about the new maintenance. And I just want to be unequivocally clear with the government and all the other peoples that like to say negative things. Fathers for Justice is absolutely clear that every single father and mother has a responsibility to pay maintenance and upkeep towards their children within the confines of their earning capacity. We are not disputing that. We are saying that do fathers have a financial responsibility towards their children? Absolutely yes, they do, within the confines of their earning capacity. We are also in agreement, surprisingly, with the government and the Department of Justice, etc., the public prosecutor, around those fathers that have the financial wherewithal to pay maintenance and are absconding from that responsibility. We are saying that the state and the public prosecutor must pursue those fathers that are absconding from that responsibility, if they do have the earning capacity to pay maintenance, to indeed pursue them within the confines of the law and apply the necessary corrective action. We would, however, like for the state to apply the same vigor on which they are pursuing fathers around non-compliance of maintenance. Maybe the state would like to actually comply with the Constitution and also pursue those mothers that deliberately deny fathers right of contact with their children and are doing so with the direct complicit assistance of the Department of Justice, social welfare workers, lawyers, advocates, psychologists, etc. But that is a discussion for another day. It's specifically around maintenance. As I've said, fathers have a responsibility to pay maintenance, and if anybody wants to come and be deceitful, disingenuous, and lie, then their objective is for nefarious purposes. Okay. Our concern is that we became aware sometime late January. There was apparently a hearing, or there wasn't apparently, there was a public prosecutor and public protector hearing for the public in Cape Town. And we were alerted to this fact by a Good Hope MP. We happened to read one of his articles where he pointed out that there were more public officials than there were the public present. And we wrote to the two individuals, to the advocate and the public protector individual that was there, and requesting engagement. And all we have heard is silence. In that letter dated the 29th of January to those two public officials, we did request that all future dates be publicly publicized, and please can we get a copy of that, and please can we be included in those public discussions. Fast forward to last week Friday, and I think that Friday is the 13th, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Stand under correction. Last week 13th of March. No, it was the 14th. There was a public hearing somewhere in Limpopo, done by woman only. Let's put that out there. So a woman-only panel of the public prosecutor, informing the public about the new maintenance regimen, etc., and what the public can do with regards to the law. There's nothing wrong with that. Our objection to this whole thing was it was only a female panel. We were not notified about it, and by all accounts, There was zero public participation in that. We also noticed that somebody within the public prosecutor's office decided it was a good idea to take down all of Fathers for Justice comments regarding maintenance in this country. And I was admonished clearly by a lawyer for being a naughty little boy. And how dare I? Okay. Well, how very dare you, madam? You have deleted a public record. Our lawyers are looking into that. Let's just put that out there. I have subsequently written a letter to the National Public Prosecuting Office and the National Public Protector requesting immediate direct engagement around this, because our concerns are ever growing. We've always known about, for instance, a garnishing of salaries. Okay? It's something that we've known about, and it's something that we've known that can be done. Part of the objective here is to garnish salaries from the get-go. Okay. So you're removing all responsibility away from the father and you're just garnishing his salary directly. And our great concern is, and here is the issue that the vast majority of fathers have. Their living expenses are never taken into consideration. Once again, do fathers have a responsibility to pay maintenance? Yes, within the confines of their earning capacity. So let's just put this in perspective. You're going to garnish the father's salary from the get-go. If the father fails to pay maintenance, you're going to blacklist him. Great thinking, forward thinking, as per typical government official that is completely oblivious of how the world works and the realities on the ground. Aside from the fact that we are sitting with a 45% unemployment youth rate in South Africa, so the youth is considered anybody between the ages of 15 and 35. South Africa always has to go strange. And that the overall unemployment rate in South Africa is 35%. Okay, so the youth age group, which is probably the largest proportion of the group of population that are having babies. Okay. 45%, so little under 1 out of 2 persons in that age group are unemployed. And I'm not going to get into the economics and the politics behind this. We have a garbage political system in South Africa, and we have a garbage economic system in South Africa that is confined to the toilet. But I'm not going to get into the semantics around that. Just understand that we have a garbage government and economy in South Africa. So you're now going to pursue those fathers that are unemployed as well. Great thinking, guys. And if you take a look at the overall unemployment rate in South Africa, 35%, then you're looking at a little over 1 out of 3 people are unemployed in South Africa. You've got 29 million people on social grant. You've got a little over 9 million people paying taxes in South Africa. So just start crunching the numbers, guys. The numbers don't add up. Okay. The vast majority of fathers that we deal with as Fathers for Justice have or are in the process of depleting any savings they have had. So they are running into financial ruin, paying extraordinary financial or maintenance agreements that simply don't make sense. Okay. I look at these maintenance agreements. I mean, like the one dad I spoke to, the mother is earning 90,000 Rand. She is claiming 74,000 Rands maintenance for their son. So if one is to assume that both parents have a responsibility on a 50-50 basis, are you telling me that it's costing that mother 148,000 Rand to maintain one child? The fact that the father is earning significantly less, and by significant I mean significantly less, okay, where's he supposed to get that money from? So we are prepared, the state is prepared, and the Department of Justice and public prosecutors and maintenance officers and magistrates and judges are prepared to engage that kind of insanity and not apply reasonable thought behind it. And guys, I give the extreme because forget about the figures that I've just mentioned. That is the reality that the vast majority of fathers are dealing with. How many fathers do I sit with that anything between 80 plus of their salary goes towards maintenance? Then these fathers are sitting around having to move into buddies' garages. They are having to, and then we want to deny the father right of contact because he doesn't have proper facilities for the children to come and visit him. Okay, and then we want to talk about deadbeat fathers. Or they have been forced to move back either with their parents or sibling or family member. These fathers are not contributing towards the food that they eat at these places of residence because they simply don't have the money. Their money is going into paying maintenance and paying for transport to get to and fro back from work. That is financial violence. That is financial prejudice. Okay. How many fathers, as I said, are using savings, and those savings are fast being depleted and or run out? How many fathers are running 2 or 3 credit cards where they're actually rolling the money so that they can just keep ahead? So literally their salary comes in, it goes into the credit card this month, and guess what? They use that money to now pay maintenance and to live off. The stupidity doesn't end there. Okay? Now they want to put in a guardian fund. Okay? Where they're going to be taking pensions and provident funds from fathers, so legalized theft, putting them into these guardian funds, and then the maintenance is going to be paid out of that to the mother for the children. So effectively, these fathers are going to work their whole life. They're going to walk away without a pension and or a provident fund, and then they're going to become wards of the state in their old age, in their dotage. Great thinking, guys. Women are already allowed to take 50% of a man's pension fund, so his payout is reduced by 50% off the bat of what is contributed to date, and that negatively impacts his pension fund in his old age. So here is the thing. This now is a deliberate drive to make all fathers in South Africa financially dependent on the state in their old age. If they make it to old age and they haven't died of stress and hunger getting there in the first instance. And ladies, you can clap your hands and shout from the treetops and jump with joy as how your ex-husband is being destroyed and you got all his money. Okay, when that money is being mismanaged under this new guardian fund and stolen, as it will be, and you are not getting paid maintenance because the fund has been stolen blind, who are you going to go to for maintenance then? Bearing in mind that we already have 29 million people on SASSA grants. We as Fathers for Justice have written to the Chief Public Prosecutor and Chief Family Advocate and Public Protector requesting a meeting. We have heard silence. And ladies, may I strongly suggest, instead of us as parents sitting and throwing stones at each other, may I strongly suggest those with a rational mind come and sit down and let us start collectively as parents, both mothers and fathers, going and engaging the government, because a shit show has arrived. The only thing is that the splatter hasn't splattered yet. There is a disaster on the horizon. Okay. And we as parents need to engage government very, 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 very quickly. And this is also a message out to the public prosecutor and the public protector. This is now my third attempt within the last 2 months to engage you in a direct, formal manner as one would do with adults. Your continued ignoring us is duly noted. May I suggest somebody within the Department of Justice, the Public Protector, the Public Prosecutor's Office, the Family Advocate's Office, reach out to us. We have documented evidence where we have engaged government directly. There is public record of this, where I have personally offered my assistance and that of Fathers for Justice and its the professionals that are contracted into Fathers for Justice. We have offered our assistance to assist the government to bring about a fair and equitable contact care, guardianship and maintenance regimen for our children. You as the government have ignored us. Ladies and gents, if you need assistance, there is the email address, website, contact details are in the message below. Please, ladies and gents, please just read. Okay, I get these messages. What's your contact details? Well, email, website, all the other contact details, all our social media handles are in the message below. Okay, I don't know what more I can do. If you are looking to set up a consultation with us to discuss either mediation, litigation, or a combination of both, you can book a consult online. You can book a standard consultation with us where we discuss whether it's mediation, litigation, or a combination of both. Or if you've got an urgent matter, you've got court appearances within the next 3 to 4 weeks, or there is another matter, or the cops are on their way to arrest you for some obscure reason, then you can book the consultation online. Please like, share, and subscribe and get this message out there, please, people. Because a disaster is coming. A huge disaster. And it's going to affect our children. So please, moms, if you are of rational and logical mind, please reach out to us. Let us start engaging. Please, we need to sort this shit show out. Okay? Because our children are going to be affected by this. Okay? Email, website, contact details in the message below. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you all.